The Sacramento Republic FC and the USL request that you refrain from tossing any objects onto the field.
If a game ball enters your seating area, please return to the nearest ball retriever or to the field of play.
Any spectator
much different. It's Sacramento and it's Los Angeles. And for the fourth time this season, these two squads will meet here in California, going head-to-head. It should be a great match between two very good squads in the top four of the USL Pro standings. And here we are tonight. The final match of the season. You couldn't ask for much better than this. I'm Rob McAllister alongside Kevin Goldthwait as well. And Kevin, Sacramento, LA, it's been exciting for so many years, but here we are, soccer rivalry happening for the very first year. Why do you think it's been able to just be so energetic and so lightning here?
Well, Rob, we were at the cantina before with the Tower Bridge Battalion and simply said, those guys said, it's LA, Sacramento, any sport, anything, it's going to be a rivalry between Sacramento and LA, and so far it's organically grown. We had the game previously earlier in the year over at Hughes Stadium. That was absolutely phenomenal, great game, and just the start of this rivalry between Sacramento and LA, and hopefully many, many more games to come, but tonight's a big match. Interesting, we got a lot of things to talk about in the broadcast, but it's going to be really fun to see how Sacramento and LA can match up again.
Well, Sacramento's in second place. They have a record of 17-6-3. Meanwhile, LA is currently in fourth place at 14-7-6. However, they have a chance to move up to that third position, which means come round two, if both teams win in round one, they could face each other right here in Sacramento.
Sacramento wouldn't want anything more than that to have LA come up here in a playoff game. So LA has a lot to play for tonight. The Republic don't necessarily have any playoff things on the line here tonight, but I tell you what, we want to keep the momentum going. We want these guys to come out, play well, as the next game we're playing is going to be make or break, do or die, win and go home. So they need to keep the momentum going and put a good performance out tonight.
Well, we have two young players who will be in for the very first time for the Republic this season. We have almost a brand new 11. We have a lot of the guys not in there in the starting lineup because they want to rest them up coming up for the first round playoff match, which is going to be next Saturday. We have Izzy Tandir and Agustin Cazares, both two players now. We have a forward in Izzy, and you have a midfielder in Cazares. Two guys going to get some run here tonight. They've got a pretty good pedigree in his resume here. How are they going to fit in here?
You know, I think it's a matter of they've been playing together for a while now in training, so now's their opportunity to come out here, get some minutes in an actual game environment. So it's completely, the pressure's on them, and it's on their shoulders to come out here tonight, play well. And I've said it before, it's their job is to go out, put a good performance in, make it difficult for Preki to take them out of the lineup. But it's a perfect opportunity to come out, show well. And I tell you what, playing against LA in your first game for the Republic at home, phenomenal opportunity. I hope these guys are as excited and ready to go as we are up here.
It's been fun pregame so far. We have 8,000 expected here tonight. Another sellout for the Sacramento Republic. Let's talk about the LA Galaxy here for a moment. Here is a team who's shifted a lot of different lineups this year. They've sent guys up and down between the parent at Galaxy and here the Galaxy 2. They've played pretty well for not having a steady lineup for most of the season. Right now, they're probably putting out one of their youngest 11 that they've had all year long. How do they go ahead and move forward here and really try to get a win here?
Yeah, really, you know, we were looking at the lineup. I think it's 5 players that are 21 years and younger here tonight playing in the starting 11 for LA. But they have the method and I think the framework for what a lot of MLS clubs are going to try to emulate here in the future with having this club in their secondary level club with the LA Galaxy 2. Being in the same city as obviously the LA Galaxy, and it's provided a great opportunity to bring players up and down, which is why you see the big shuffle in lineups often. But tonight, I tell you, a big test for these young guys, 21 years and younger. There's 5 of them out there tonight. For them to come out and play against an experienced side of the Republic here at Bonnie Field, if I'm Preki, I'm saying go after them, put pressure on them, make them make decisions early, and hopefully force some mistakes early.
We'll give you the lineups here in just a moment. For Sacramento, though, here's a chance for a lot of guys to show what they have, maybe get some playing time when it comes to playoff. As we know, this team has been hit with injuries all season long. No Tommy Stewart tonight, no Justin Braun, no Gabe Gissy as well. So here's 3 guys who may even get some run tonight. Typically, but they're not in the lineup because of injuries. So these guys may be called to step up when it comes these first, second, even the championship game.
Right, and realistically, these guys that are getting the run tonight aren't necessarily, even if they put the best performance of their life, aren't going to really break into that first squad. They might, not saying that's not a possibility, but the big thing what they got to do and what I think they need to do is go out there, show Preki that they can be dependent on and be just a dependable player to come in and fill in and get some minutes, and don't be a liability out there. So go out there, put a good performance in, and hopefully be able to get a run sometime during the playoff, whether it's 20, 30 minutes, but whatever you need to do, go out there, put a good performance out there, show Preki that you can do it and you can perform under pressure.
And it should be an exciting match. It's LA, it's Sacramento. What else could you want more than that here on the final match of the season? Now let's get to the starting lineup for your starting lineups here for the Sacramento Republic, which is in just a few moments. Kickoff is about 3 minutes away. Stay tuned. Coming up right here as Sacramento gets going here against the LA Galaxy 2. Both teams in the top 4 in the USL Pro, and they have a chance here to make a mark going in to the playoffs, which all start on September 13th, which is next Saturday. Let's get to your starting lineups here for your LA Galaxy now as we look. It'll be a goalkeeper, Brian Perk, Oscar Sorto, Lee Ninishmian, Bradley Diallo, Jason Blee, and Jamie Virrell, Kenny Walker, Raul Mandiola, Dragan Stoikov, Jack McBean, and Charlie Rugg.
Countries. This, my friends, is the world's game. A game played to the sound of chants, to the sound of anthems. This game is played to the sound of glory. We don't only cherish this game, we revere it. It is our heart, our soul, our everything. And although this game is for everyone, this club is ours. We are Sacramento. Indomitable, we stand. For the Republic, we stand.
Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldthwait tonight. It's LA, it's Sacramento, it's the Galaxy 2 versus the Republic. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Sacramento Republic. Couple of changes here tonight. Couple of new guys will get some time as well, as it typically looks like the situation as playoff goes is all set up, ready to go for that #2 seed. So they have a chance here now to move forward and just take a little bit of breather, get some guys some extra run here tonight. So as we look for the starting lineup, in the goal box is Dominic Jakubek, who has filled in very well, splitting time with Jake Leeson this season. The back 4, James Kiffey, the left back, or excuse me, he'll be playing the right back position. He'll be alongside Nemanja Vukovic, Harrison Delbridge in the middle, and along Jack Avasian getting the start as well tonight. And for the first time ever, get his very first chance in the Republic uniform in an official contest, Agustin Caceres, he'll play that right wing in the midfield. And Steven Evans and Gilberto in the mid. And then Carlos Martinez out on the left wing. Dakota Collins and Izzy Tandir will be your 2 strikers tonight. So we'll see how the youngsters do for the Sacramento Republic, who are looking to end the regular season on a note. Already 16 wins for the season. Well, they're going to look to get one more so far this year. They've had such a good year, and it's been a fun inaugural season. And out comes the team as we begin play in just a few moments from here. But Kevin, you got the crowd on your side tonight for Sacramento. And even though the Galaxy 2, they put out a lineup and they have a chance to play for 3rd place, I don't think there's any reason why Sacramento can't come away with the victory tonight.
Yeah, they got a good chance here, and I tell you, the simple fact that the Republic, you got your guys filling in for the first team. It's an opportunity, and it always is an opportunity. Whenever I was filling in and getting the minutes, or getting minutes when I typically wasn't getting the majority of the run, I always viewed it as a chance to go out there and impress the manager, impress the head coach. Let them know that you deserve the minutes, you deserve the time, and like I said before, make it a difficult decision for Preki to get you off the field.
All right, let's head down to the national anthem being sung by Alina Cervantes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, the players are ready to go. The fans are ready. And so are we up here in the booth. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Thank you for joining us tonight. A great match between the LA Galaxy 2 and the Sacramento Republic is straight ahead, just moments away here. The fourth time these two teams have matched up this season. The first was a 1-1 draw. Sacramento taking down LA Galaxy 2 3-0 in the second meeting, and then the third, a 2-1 Republic victory. So as far as the Galaxy 2 go, they're looking to strike some blood against the Republic for the first time. They've had a very troublesome year against the team here from Sacramento, and they're hoping to change that tonight. Well, Dominic Jakubek, along with Dragan Stojkov, the two captains out for the coin toss here. And as we'll reset your lineups one more time. So in the goal box will be Brian Perk, who made his MLS debut in 2011. He's back here with the Galaxy 2. The back four, Sorto, Nishanian, Diallo, and Blee. In the midfield, Villarreal, Walker, Mendiola, and Stojkov. And your strikers, McBean and Rugg. For Sacramento, it's Kiffy, Vukovic, Delbridge, Avasian, Cazares, Evans, Gilberto Martinez in the midfield, and Tandir and Collins up front with Dominic Jakubek in the box. Two players to keep an eye out for LA. I think they've got to keep an eye on probably Charlie Rugg. He is a scoring machine. He's been one of their most consistent players all season long. Key to slowing him tonight.
It's just simple communication between the center backs with Delbridge and Vukovic. They got to make sure if one's stepping, one's covering. And I think my two players to watch for the Galaxy are the two guys up top, Rugg and McBean. McBean's a young kid, been in the league or been with the Galaxy probably 3-4 years now, maybe 20, 22 years old. But he's one of these guys that's highly, highly touted coming out of high school, signed as a 16-year-old, like I said. A very, very talented kid. So, I mean, it's going to be real important to see how Delbridge and Vukovic can kind of quell that threat that those two present. And the big thing on Republic's side that we really want to see, it's just a great opportunity here for Cazares and Tandir to come in and put a good start to their, hopefully, for a long future here in Sacramento. We've heard Tandir can score goals in any league he's played in. So love to see him up there. He's a big guy, big body. And hopefully can find the back of the net tonight. But like I said, a great opportunity for these guys to come in here, playing against our rivals, LA, and do a good job and score some goals and hopefully get the W tonight.
Well, the head coach for the Republic, of course, is Preki, the Yugoslavian, with a two-time MLS scoring champion and MLS Hall of Famer. Kurt Analfo, former MLS head coach with Kansas City and DC United, back here with the Galaxy. And we'll talk more about these two head coaches have a long, long resume, and Kurt Analfo doing a very good job in his first season, really working well with this Galaxy 2 team, and a lot of ties between the parent club And here the USL Pro squad. They play in the same center as the Galaxy, so they've got some good practice time with some of the top players on the Galaxy, and they're ready to go. They've had such a successful season, and they look to close it out against a Republic team and possibly for third place. Well, we're underway. It'll be the Galaxy in white and their navy blue. Meanwhile, the Republic in cherry and maple kits this evening. And on the attack early appears to be the Galaxy. Harrison Delbridge. Here's Gilberto. New 11 for Sacramento. The only one you'll typically see in that left center back position is Nemanja Vukovic. And here's Tandir showing some pace. Getting out there, takes a little hit off the shoulder and watches it sail out of play, but like to see the youngster, 19 years old, getting out and running so far.
That's actually Casares getting down on
Casares,
the right flank, but, you know, good seeing him. First run to open his legs up. Unfortunate not to get the corner kick there. I think there's some disagreement right there, but good to see, you know, Gilberto plays a great ball through to Casares early, and as a right, an outside flank player, you love to have that sort of run in the first couple minutes. Just get you into the game quickly and get you feeling good. So like seeing that from Casares. Good first run there.
Casares from Reseda, California. Went to St. Mary's College. Also played with the Ventura County Fusion. Stepping up is Evans. Evans, who had a big goal against Oklahoma City 2 weeks ago. A 3-1 victory for Sacramento in that match. Or excuse me, it was the Charleston Battery. Off to the right, finding Stoikov, and Stoikov tumbles to the ground. Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez just needs to move his feet there. He gets caught diving in, concedes a foul here in a pretty dangerous position. But, you know, what we'll be talking about here through the night, Rob, is going to be what Preki's decision is right now with fielding pretty much an entirely new squad minus Vukovic in the back. And you start to debate, you know, what's the school of thought you want to go by? Do you want to, you know, rest your guys, or do you want to give them a chance to continue rolling with the momentum? So it's an interesting decision, and we'll see how it plays out for Preki here tonight. But you know what? It's a tough few days anyways.
Here's Walker across in the box, headed late.
It's a tough few days playing Thursday and Saturday in any sort of league, any sort of situation. And if Preki's got the chance to rest his guys with this short little layover, turnover, if you will, I don't blame him for doing that. We got another 7 days until the first playoff game. But, you know, momentum is such a fickle thing. You don't know when to get it, don't know when you can lose it, and don't know how you lose it. And the future will tell us what the right decision is. But, you know what, right now, we'll see. But it's going to be an exciting match.
And another whistle blown. It'll go against Sacramento. So early on, the Galaxy have been able to put some pressure on the Republic. And a little slow to get up. But as you look around for this standings, and when we saw the run that they had in August, I mean, not losing a single match, going 5-0-1, and then continuing that on Thursday night with another victory over Oklahoma City, 55 points, 17-6-3. And they have been absolutely dominant in Sacramento this season, 9-1-2. The only loss has been to Harrisburg City, and that was a huge stadium. And they have been simply unstoppable here at Bonniefield, no matter who's in the lineup. Only during the friendlies have they had a little bit of trouble. That was against the Rangers FC and West Brom Albion. So for these teams to play so well with no matter regard who's in the lineup, I think it says a lot about this team and how well they prepare for each and every match, regardless of who's out on the pitch.
Yeah, and they've done a real good job, the Republic have, at whoever's playing on the field, putting in a good performance. So really, I don't, you know, looking at it right now, I don't fault Preki for this decision, but like we said earlier, it's very fickle. It's a tough thing to predict when you do decide to rest your guys. But the way they've been playing the entire year, the reserves have come in and performed really, really well almost every single time. So you know what? Hindsight 2020, probably a good decision to rest his first team.
So there's Brian Perk wearing the headgear. Went to UCLA, and every time he suited up for the Bruins, they ended up finding a way in the NCAA tournament. Very good college keeper. There's Caceres out on the wing, fighting for position. Sacramento in the middle. Here's Kiffy. Kiffy's changing sides. how will that change? He played very well at that left back position.
Yeah, typically your left backs, I mean, it's tough to go on the right side. You know, you'd like to think, as Vukovic sprays the ball here, you like to think that any player can play any position on the field, but as a left back going over to the right side, it's tough because you're used to opening your hips up and getting the ball on your right foot when you're on the right side and the left foot on the left side. So let's see how well Kiffy can do with his right foot, because he's going to be using it a lot playing that position. Or you might see him simply cut into his left foot as much as he can to stay off that weaker right foot.
Headed out of play. So for Sacramento, they do have a few of the starters on the bench. It's Gleason, Daly, Clemente, Lopez, Alvarez, and Guzman. They would be called on likely only if needed, but Kevin, I suspect that we'll see this 11 play all 90.
Yeah, they'll get the majority of the run minus injuries, or if things start going real downhill, you'll see some changes. But for the most part, I imagine Preki's going to let these guys go out there, let them fight, let them figure out if they do end up going down a goal or so.
And there's Rugg wearing number 27, has some very good size, good speed as well. 8 goals on the season for the LA Galaxy 2.
Yeah, another thing here, Rob, if you notice, Galaxy guys are wearing a black armband. And I'm pretty sure that's for AJ De La Garza, one of the Galaxy's first team players who recently had a pretty tragic event. His son Luca, born maybe a few days ago, recently passed away. But you saw last night, if you watched the Galaxy game, where they absolutely demolished Colorado Rapids 6-0 in LA. Pretty emotional night, last night with every goal pretty much being dedicated to Luca, AJ's son. So our thoughts and prayers are with him up in Sacramento. And hopefully, they're doing as best and as well as they can in this tough time. But you know what? It's great to see the love and support that he has with the Galaxy from the first team all the way down here to LA Galaxy 2, with his teammates really having his back and picking him up. So hopefully they're doing great. Our thoughts and prayers are with them up here in Sacramento.
A tough situation, and there's the one thing you see from the first senior team, if you want to call it that, for the Galaxy, and here the reserve club, they're all almost become one. I mean, even the uniform numbers, they don't duplicate them. And so they really treat this all as one big team, and they're wearing those tonight.
Yeah, a very European type system, which has proven to work in all sorts of countries over in Europe and even South America for that matter. But they're doing a really good job. Galaxy's they have it sorted out. The guys are able to, pretty much they're all down in LA. And I bet you if you're on the LA Galaxy too, and you're seeing the first team get first team games and seeing those guys in the locker room and the training grounds, if I'm them, every time I saw them, I'd be fighting and working a little bit harder to make sure I can get on that schedule.
If you're training and you're hanging with these guys, you feel like, well, I have a chance to be right there as well.
Absolutely.
Looking for some family work and taking one right in the face. It looks like it may be Mendiola.
Yeah, Mendiola there. Took a little shoulder maybe right off the temple. He's not moving.
And he was hit pretty hard, and it may have looked like off of Kiffy.
Yeah, Mendiola, one of the younger guys. 21 years old, homegrown player.
He made his MLS debut just on May 17th. But he's been a part of the Galaxy Academy 2009 when he started there, the Mexican national. But he's played well for the Galaxy too. He has 7 assists on this season, and he may have a more serious nose injury. He seems to be holding his nose, and I don't know if he just caught it wrong, but this would be a big loss for the Galaxy too as they head into the playoffs. He has been a very key guy for them, and they're even bringing out the stretchers. This becomes a little bit of a serious moment, as it looks like he did catch an elbow. I don't know if it was Delbridge or Kiffy. They're going to take some time here, and as we take a breath as well, we'd like to remind you that every USL Pro regular season and playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. That includes the playoffs, free DVR, chat, social media interactivity as well. Do subscribe for free to the Sacramento FC YouTube channel today. So the training staff appears to be taking their time, and we'll likely see a substitution for the Galaxy too.
Yeah, they're probably being rather cautious with the head injury here.
And that's one thing I know, Kevin, when you first started playing, concussions were really not a major discussion as part of soccer. It was something we've a little bit thought about in really American football. And then it has become widespread and a lot more caution is used.
And you look at the World Cup this year, I think there was once or twice where even in the final where there was some debate on whether or not some of these guys who were taking some blows in the head should have been going out as quickly as they did back onto the field to play without any sort of concussion protocol that we see a lot in American sports, especially American football nowadays. So I think FIFA's got some new rules in place. But right now, obviously, they're taking some serious precaution here with a few people around Mendiola here, making sure that he's okay.
And so the warm-up and Stoikov and Blee coming over to check out on their teammate. The referee tonight is Alex Del Angel Jr., assisted by Andrew Hanks, Delana Kwan, Vincent Apple Chiarella. Looked interesting to note there was Coach Preki picked up his 17th victory against the win over Oklahoma City. Now that was the most for Preki ever as a head coach. He had 15 with Chivas USA. He was MLS Coach of the Year that season. So a new milestone. We've talked about Preki saying he's been as happy as he's ever been. They seem to really have continuity from Graham Smith to Preki to the players on the field this year. Interesting to note, first year in Sacramento, he breaks a personal milestone. Yeah,
and the fact that Preki says that this is the happiest he's been in a long, long, long time, I think says a lot for what's going on in here in Sacramento. I think, kudos to Warren Smith, to Graham, and all the guys in the front office, all the guys and gals. But I really think that what Sac's done so far, the Republic's done so far, they set some lofty, lofty goals and have either hit or achieved a lot of them. And here we are. We were talking last Thursday with Kevin Nagel, deciding to buy the team himself, wanting to go it alone. I think he had the opportunity maybe to work with the Kings a little bit on it, but he said, you know what, this is something that I want to do. I think that speaks volumes for what Republic has right now and the future that it holds and the potential that it holds. But a guy like Kevin Nagel jumping on board, lack of a better word, he's got the deep pockets to help fund the arena potentially, as Kevin Johnson, the mayor, came out and said there's no public monies available for it. I think it's a perfect fit. I think it's the right, Nagel has the right attitude, the right mentality for what Sacramento is all about. And I think hopefully everyone just jumps right in behind Kevin Nagel, gets on his coattails and rides this to the MLS, hopefully sooner rather than later. And right now, sky's the limit for what's happening. So a couple weeks, MLS is coming out. Real excited to see what happens and what comes from that.
So that'll be September 18th, and they'll look at various stadium sites as now they bring out the stretcher. And I think you're right, Kevin. They are not going to take any chances here with Mendiola, just a young player. They're going to make sure he's checked out. And interesting, you didn't really
not the hardest,
see that. It
not
didn't
the hardest
seem to hit a hit.
contact. Yeah, it really wasn't the most,
it's sometimes the way you get hit, and
right.
That's always an issue, and especially they think about that with baseball players. It's sometimes the ball, the way it's hit off the bat and hits the catcher, and there's a concern is that as well. And so they're going to take their chances, or not take their chances, I should say, with Raul Mendiola. And so he will come off and will see a substitution here for the Galaxy 2. And it appears that it will be
Covarrubias.
Alejandro Covarrubias. And so Covarrubias, who played here with the Galaxy against Sacramento on May 17th. That was the last time these two teams had seen each other. And that's when the Republic were at Hughes Stadium at that point in time. And so a lot has changed since then. The Republic have moved up the rankings. They were hanging in that 4th and 5th place. The Galaxy were in 2nd and 3rd, moving between the two positions. And I don't think the Galaxy really played any worse than they have since that point in time. The Republic have just been on fire since end of May, especially in August. And so he'll get an applause here. And Covarrubias, the official substitution, will likely come here after a lengthy
Yeah, and we'll keep
delay.
everyone updated if we hear anything on Mendiola, as it looked like he is fully immobilized on that stretcher. So hopefully, our thoughts are with him up here. Hopefully everything's okay as Covarrubias is checking in right now.
So delay, we'll get back going here as we'll set the lineup for you. So Perk, the goalkeeper, Sorto, Nishanian, Diallo, and Blee, your back four for the Galaxy. In the midfield, Villarreal, Walker, Covarrubias now. Stoikov. And the two forwards, McBean and Rugg. Djokovic, Kiffy, Vukovic, Delbridge, Avasian, Martinez, Gilberto, Evans, Caceres, and Tandir and Collins up top. Good ball. Collins wasn't there, slipped up. And now coming back on the counter, here come the Galaxy. Gilberto able to track it down. That's one thing we've seen. Gilberto has been much quicker here in the second half of play. Seems he's got his legs underneath him a little bit. And he has a chance to maybe possibly get some minutes in the playoffs. I mean, he adds a new dimension when he comes off the bench, Kevin. We know that his speed and maybe tops in the Republic, and he is so fast and was able to get out there and get that counter attack really moving for the Republic.
Yeah, he definitely is dynamic, changes the pace of the play whenever he comes in, whenever he's in.
Great ball, looking for Rugg. Rugg in the Bakavasian. Here's a cross. Headed away, another chance, sent high up off the tarp. So a chance for the Republic, or excuse me, for the Galaxy too, to get on the attack, and the Republic able to recover.
Right, Gilberto, I mean, the quality that he has, he really is one of the most skilled players on Republic. His great feet, we talk about how he's just your typical Brazilian, loves the ball at his feet. Sometimes I think he just tries to do a little bit too much, tries to hold on, take 2 or 3 more touches than typically he really would need to, rather than give the ball to someone and get it back quickly. He just tries to do too much and puts too much weight on his own shoulders during the course of a game, when I think he could, you know, spring some guys in a little bit more often.
Covarrubias just runs over the top of Caceres, looking for a whistle, a dump off from Villarreal. Working in the box, here's back to Covarrubias. Working the left side, here comes Blee. Blee hesitating, working on Caceres, and Caceres wins that small little battle. And a throw in here for the Galaxy 2. Villarreal. Picking up Covarrubias with a little bit of a stop. Here's a shot on goal, and it just sailed off the mark. Kept it on the floor, a good look.
Yeah,
Djokovic was not in the right position.
Yeah, Djokovic would have got beat. That looked like he just, Stoichkov just pulled it right across the face of the goal. Trying to do the best that he can to get it on target. Doesn't do so. Probably had Djokovic beat if he does hit target, but you know what? Sails wide. And right now, there's a little bit of a change of pace here after the injury, and Republic need to kind of get to grips and sort things out before the Galaxy are able to sneak one in right now.
Almost a very somber feel here tonight. There's just not that energy that we saw on Thursday night. We have the Tower Bridge Battalion. They're out loud, but a lot of the crowd here, there just is a weird sense about this match here at Bonnie Field here tonight. Slip out here, Stoikov again, looking for a nice ball in the middle. Galaxy 2 scores.
Now Stoichkov plays a great ball into McBean there, and McBean does a phenomenal job, takes a one touch, slides it near post. Djokovic, that's his responsibility at near post. And any goalie will tell you that they never want to get beaten near post. But you know what, like we just talked about, a bit somber here for the last few minutes ever since the injury, but that's no excuse at all. The Republic need to stay tuned in and need to stay aggressive, and that's the thing we talked about at the beginning of this game, that we need to be the ones that are putting pressure on the Galaxy, especially with their young squad out there. Make them make mistakes, but rather we're on our heels for the last couple of minutes and end up conceding a goal.
Great ball.
A great ball in by Stoichkov, though.
And here's
as the
look.
replay here.
And we'll get that replay and back to action here. Good ball here by Vukovic. Vukovic, let's get to live here play. And here we go back with the Republic. Back in the middle of the field. They got to turn this momentum around. It is clearly a different feel here on the park tonight. And for these guys, maybe not a Pulitzer. That's a tough ball from Delbridge. Nearly gave one right to Rugg, who had a free lane. And there's another dangerous ball. Just seems the Republic a little sloppy tonight. I know these guys haven't played together, but I know, Kevin, you don't use that as an excuse. They play together in training and practice every day.
Every day. I mean, yeah, that's no excuse. But it's going to, hopefully take them a while. It's a different pace.
Well, here we go. Martinez gets it back. Dump it off the right side. A little tackle. Working his way into the 18 on the trim. Here comes Martinez. Martinez just sent it wide.
Yeah, looks like it took a deflection off the Galaxy. Martinez finds himself in a good place as Kiffy does some really good work down on the corner. Cuts back, Back to his left foot as a flying tackle comes in, jumps over it, gets back on his right foot. But good place by Martinez there. Hits it hard, unfortunately just deflects out for a corner kick.
There's a corner, works it in, stayed low. And a nice move inside, a left-footed shot. Kept it on the ground, and Perk able to pick it up.
Yeah, Kiffy showing his left foot there. Does a good job, 1v1, puts it through the defender's legs. And that's a pretty typical move we see Kiffy doing a lot now. A little touch to the inside with his left foot, and then quickly with the outside of his left foot going back the other way.
Kiffy, the Defender of the Year 2011 in the Big West for UC Santa Barbara. I think he's fit in very nicely here with the Republic. They had some problems in that left back position for most of the season. And they had with Daly, Clementa, and Vukovic, those three have been so solid, maybe the best trio in the back line of all the USL Pro. Can make a very strong case for that. A little bit of a flop here, no whistle, the Republic on the counter. They've got some space. Will they get the room out there? A little leak out. Here's Collins. Evasian. Little tap. Back to Martinez. Evans loses it. Republic still fighting. Here's Collins in the box. Collins looking for some room. Gets to the edge.
Yeah, heavy touch there. Collins decides to take him on 1v1 rather than get the ball in the box. But going back even to the counterattack, you had Martinez streaking right down the middle of the field. You want him out on the touch, giving it width, opening things up in the middle of the field. You got another guy in there just clogging things up, makes it more congested, makes it more difficult to find runs. But you'd like to see Martinez be as wide as possible, almost on the touchline here by the Galaxy's bench to spread things out. And that might open it up, open some lanes up for your forwards to make some streaking runs through.
For a ball here off of Kiffy. Well, it's been an exciting last few weeks here in the playoff run, and make sure to follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all of the latest updates. And we'll give you a playoff breakdown after the half, as we have a couple of matches still in play. And we do have one more tomorrow. But as far as things go, Sacramento will have the #2 seed, and Harrisburg City Islanders, who gave the Republic their only loss here in Sacramento, would be the team at the 7th seed, and that's who they would face next Saturday if everything holds. But we'll get more to that in the second half. Here's Collins. No offside. Into the box, one-on-one. Collins off the right side. A great chance, blown opportunity.
Yeah, great chance. Collins makes a great run. Looks like the Galaxy were trying to play a pretty high line. But when you play a high line, you need all 4 guys playing that high line. Looks like one of the center backs was dropped a little bit. You can see the Galaxy guys are frustrated right now. But Collins needs to do better there. He's got to pull that ball across the face of the goal. He had 2 or 3 runners. Martinez was there streaking, trying to get himself in a good position, and Collins pushes it just to the near post and wide into the side net. Needs to find target there. But tell you what, good run, but that's a good opportunity to quickly get Republic, get yourselves back in the game. Well, and level things up at 1-1.
And the energy has changed a little bit here, a little bit more excitement out on the pitch.
Yeah, and so far, just a lot of individual battles they're losing. A lot of balls are given away needlessly. The Republic are. And that's just a gut check at the end of the day. Like, you got to make sure you got to man up.
Here's Collins again. Collins showing that speed. He's been able to beat Misha Nian for most of the evening. Here's Gilberto. Gilberto now working. No spacing from the Republic. And now a little bit confusion. Into the middle, across, nobody there. Here's McBean. Lone goal tonight for the Galaxy. And McBean on the season now has 4 goals after that score here in the first half of play.
But right now, what we were talking about, Rob, I think Republic really need to have a little, personal gut check. Each guy out there needs to be responsible. When you get the ball, it's your responsibility to keep it. End of story. That was one of the big things that it took me a while to learn. That when you get to the professional level, it's your responsibility. It's your job to keep the ball, make the right decision with it. And right now, they're not making the right decisions, and they're not keeping the ball. And that might be the difference between why these guys aren't getting the majority of the minutes and being in the second team. Really, is that the responsibility just isn't there. And all of them have enough skill and ability to do it. It's just the mental strength to keep doing it day in and day out in games and situations like this when you're called upon.
Izzy Tandir fighting for the ball. He hasn't had a touch yet tonight. Just 19 years of age. And Vukovic just sends it out of play.
Yeah, also, you know, this is a situation you'd love to see Vukovic really step up and become a leader. The guy's played darn near every minute of the year so far. And love to see a guy with experience like Gilberto step in and take on some leadership and take some responsibility for what's going on right now.
He's a team leader in minutes by a long shot. Steps up. Here's a ball looking to chip it over the top. Jakubek watches sail away, but Sacramento has been so good. And obviously a rest for the first 11, but they're now to unbeaten streak at 10 matches, and they have not fallen at home in 12 matches. That was all the way back to July 12th. And the big reason for that was the defense. And during this unbeaten streak, they have only allowed 4 goals, and now 5 if you count this one in the last 11 matches. But when you're talking about Daly, Clement, and a bad ball there by Jakubek, but I mean, those 3 have really been able to solidify with Kiffy, solidify a very good defense that's not allowing shots on goal. And I think Jake Gleason and Dominic Jakubek pretty happy about that. Working his way in, Stoikov again. Gilberto looking to get out and run. Try to beat Walker. Walker gets to it first. Covarrubias. And they're going to square it. Here's Sorto. Sorto coming up from that right back position. Another shot, taking it up over the top, looking for Rugg. Stays in play. Galaxy looking very sharp. Nice step up there by Vukovic, who's taken down in the open field, and he doesn't take too kindly to it.
Yeah,
I think he's going to call him over. That's going to be a yellow.
That's a caution for sure. He's stopping the counterattack. He knows it. You know, he's not going to argue with it at all.
And so Villarreal hit with a yellow. And Vukovic took a little while, but didn't plead his case well enough. We could all see that from up here. That was happening. And Vukovic, we've seen a little bit. He talk about that leadership role. He's also a little bit of an enforcer. He gets up. He has no problem saying something to anyone, whether you're the referee or the opposing team. Little dump off to Caceres. Caceres showing his fancy footwork. Has it taken away. And I know sometimes you see with the young guy, and Caceres is just that. They almost move too quickly without a purpose. Sometimes you see a lot of movement, and it doesn't really get him any further down the field.
Right, and it doesn't matter how quick, how fast you are. You got to slow things down sometimes. Be patient. Know when to go, when to slow things down. That comes with experience. It comes with age. Oh, he's offsides there.
Oh, offside there. So Caceres, 24 years of age. And interesting about Caceres is the Republic very familiar with Caceres because as he was playing with the Ventura County Fusion, well, he recorded the assist against the Republic and the only goal scored against them that evening.
Yeah, so far, I like what I'm seeing with him. He's got good pace. Looks like a guy that's pretty shifty going one-on-one. Love to see him get a couple balls in the box, a couple services with that right foot. But I tell you what, with his pace right now, I think he's got the tools. But we mentioned it being a little young. You want to see the patience come out, too, a little bit here as we're moving forward.
LA Galaxy have been very good so far. Collins looking to track it down near Perk.
Yeah, their back four looks kind of all over the place. It's definitely not flat. It's staggered, which is the worst thing you want for a back four because you need to be flat to organize yourselves against those offsides.
Well, we've seen Sorto play most of this evening in the midfield. Gilberto gets past two Galaxy defenders, trying to get past a third. Won't do it, is able to send it away as Diallo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, trying to do just a little bit too much. Does a good job beating his guy, tries to go on and beat somebody else again. Just get the ball off your foot and go get it back. Spread the field a little bit, but those are the situations that I think Gilberto really gets himself into trouble just trying to do too much.
So LA Galaxy have been playing very well. They have not lost since August 2nd. That was against Pittsburgh, a 3-1. And so you see that they had a draw with the Kickers, which in turn helped Sacramento secure that second seed. And so for LA, they've continued to move on, and they have even a chance to pick up the third seed in the playoffs with a win here tonight. So they are still playing for something. And Kurt Onalfo has put some of his main guys out there. I mean, he has not put that reserve team in. Interesting to see if they'll bring back some of the guys off the sub. McBean fighting for it. Good job by Jack to get down low. Working the right side. Here's Stoikov again. Stoikov going right at Avasian. Martinez coming up. We've seen Martinez get some pretty good minutes off the bench lately in his matches, and he's come in for Max Alvarez, but now he's getting a chance to play all 90 tonight. Walker looking for Rugg. Rugg with a quick hitter looking for Bean, and McBean wanted to hold on Delbridge.
Yeah, Delbridge doing just enough there not to get called. Definitely looked like he might have held him a little bit. Took McBean off his run.
Vukovic is waiting for somebody. That's the one thing I've noticed really easily tonight. Tandier gets a touch.
That's a great touch by Tandier with his back to the goal right there. One touch off. That's what you want to see John and Braun do a better job of with their back to goal in midfield. Be able to come, get the ball to their feet and bring it out quickly, get it off their feet quickly. That's a great touch there by Tandier.
It's pretty good movement here. Sacramento goes, but there's not the spacing tonight, Kevin. The way that first 11 has been so successful, they've spaced out well. They've been able to keep it on the floor. High little cross, looking for Rugg.
Yeah, that's
and a
another
whistle
thing.
blown.
I think what the first team does, what they've been doing a really good job lately of, is everyone knows their role. No one's trying to do more than they should be doing defensively and offensively, which is it's such an easy thing to say, but such a hard thing really to instill in your team. And I think that's what Preki's done a good job. Everyone knows their role, knows their responsibility. Your left back and your right backs are supposed to get up, fly forward when we have the ball, get services in, get back, defend. Your center backs are defending first and thinking and making sure they're tracking runners. But those simple things, I think that the guys, the first team, have done a really good job at this year. And another, credit to Preki for kind of getting his team in that sort of mentality, which is a lot harder to do than you'd really think.
So here's Walker on the ball. Republic set up a line, but a good chance for the Galaxy to punch in another one here. They lead by 1. Covarrubias winds up, and a diving save by Dominic Jakubek. Got right through the wall, and Jakubek saved the day.
That's unorganization, too. That is not a good sign at all for Preki. Preki needs to be up yelling at his guys. For that touch to be 10, 15, 20 yards in front and not one person's charging that, somebody in the wall needs to take responsibility to know that if there is something, that a quick ball like that, get out there and get your body on the line.
Here's Walker. Kenny sends it high. A low header, Vukovic clearing it.
But going back to that, I mean, that's just a sign of where these guys are, and that's why they're not with the first team. They need to make sure that in those situations you're being responsible and you're covering all your bases defensively. And that's a simple, just mental lapse that we saw right there that is so easily remedied. But you can't have that. If you're going to be winning games, you can't have that sort of mental lapse. Because fortunately for us, Jakubek makes a pretty good save there.
So Gilberto shugs down Rugg, takes it, sends it high back to Perk. So Perk, who's wearing the head protection. A lot of players starting to wear that, especially goalkeepers, because of concussions.
Yeah, we saw Gleason earlier in the year take a knee to the forehead, got 20 stitches.
So it's a little bit changed, especially when guys a little bit less afraid to come flying through the box, and they know it may be the difference with them playing or not. They're going to take some chances to score. Evans, not a very good ball here, as LA Galaxy just seems to kind of collapse every time you see.
Yeah, this should be a game. This should be a game where Evans really kind of establishes himself.
Beautiful cross here. Jakubek comes out, a good play. Villarreal was running down the middle.
See,
Bad ball again.
I think this is a good opportunity for Evans to come in here and show what he can do.
McBean, fancy footwork. Walker! Jakubek with a save.
Great touch by McBean there. Great first touch. Right into the path of, I think it was Walker, but a phenomenal first touch and a good strike on target. Jakubek answers the call, makes a good save. But once again, guys, the back four is all over the place. But I want to talk about Evans for a second. This is a great opportunity for him to come in here. This is, if I'm him, I'm thinking this is my team, this is my game. I'm in the middle. I want to get the ball. I want to send guys through, get guys involved. But he needs to keep the ball better. He's given away a few simple ones and given some bad fouls as well.
So Steven Evans went to the University of Portland. Playing on loan from the Timbers. From a state championship in high school. So here's a guy who knows how to win. Still very young. And played in the MLS Futures game at Portland for the All-Star weekend.
If he wants to get minutes with the Timbers, this is a game where he needs to dominate. He needs to go out here, get everyone involved.
Here's Martinez, cleared by McBean. Gilberto looking to track.
Another simple giveaway.
And Evasian diving over the advertisement. Great hustle play. The crowd likes it. And Jack, too. I mean, here's a guy who was getting a lot of starts early in the season. And I know that he had that left back position, and they brought in guys to fill that hole. I know that really stung him a little bit.
Yeah, he had the opportunity. I think he had a couple poor games, and I think Preki probably had a short lease to begin with him. And right now, struggling to see minutes, especially with the signing of Kiffy, who's done a really good job coming in so far.
And there is Kiffy playing a right back position, and you know that we've seen Preki, he likes guys who can play a little different positions. He wants them to play their position to their best of their ability, but when you've got some flexibility, it also helps your chance of getting in.
Yeah, the more positions you can play, the more of an asset you become, and the more chances you get to see minutes on the field.
McBean tussling. Here's Vukovic. LA Galaxy and the Sacramento Republic both in their first years in the USL PRO.
Looks like
that's what's been so great about this rivalry, is it just really popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There's not a long-standing between the two teams, between the two cities, though. And it was pretty chippy the last time these two got together. It was the Republic coming away with a 2-1 victory. And it was a 1-1 tie. And a lot of players getting involved after a few of them hit the turf there. And Rafael Garcia was ejected with a red card and allowed Sacramento to pull away with the victory. Stewart scored in the 7th, and then Lopez in the 67th from 19 yards out. Over the top, McBean. Just a step behind. Delbridge was able to break free for a moment, and there's Harrison Delbridge, who was playing some big minutes of center back positions at the start of this season as well.
This is a good opportunity for Delbridge to go in there and show Preki why he should be playing that position, as him and Daly seem to be, actually him and Vukovic. Great touch there by Collins.
Here Collins trying to find Evasian. Evasian loses his step and is slow to get up. Collins putting some pressure. Collins playing pretty well tonight. Had a good chance at a look on a shot on goal. Wasn't able to convert. May have been just tapped by Nishanian. And so it now remains 1-0. LA Galaxy 2. And a score by McBean, a great ball from Stoikov. And that's where we remain here into the 39th minute. There's going to be some time added on after the injury to Mendiola, who was down for a while, carted off the field. A scary moment for the Galaxy too. Sacramento looking to get back into it. Into the attacking third, a beautiful cross. Not able to work it. Caceres over the top.
Kiffy puts a great ball in there. Caceres finds himself in a good position. Tries to go for a little finesse there, it looked like. Didn't really necessarily, put his foot behind it or put his weight behind it. Looks like tries to dink it just over to the far post in the upper corner. Unfortunately, it sails a little bit high. Probably want to see Caceres take a touch and just drive that thing. But I tell you what, find yourself in the right position. You can't fault the guy for going after goal there. Unfortunately, it sails just a little bit high. And it also looks like, Rob, we got Caceres and Martinez have switched sides. So Caceres now on the left and Martinez on the right.
And we've typically seen Martinez play that position. So typically comes in the right wing. There's Collins. Collins just lazily sent it over. Blee able to cut it off.
Yeah, poor ball by Collins.
Now on the run, the Galaxy 2.
I tell you, though, in that situation, I'd like to see Martinez be more demanding of that. You know, get himself wide a little bit earlier, get his shoulders squared, and just demand that ball. Tell Collins exactly where he wants it. Looks like Collins wasn't sure if he wanted it to his feet or into space, and decided to play it in between those two choices as Glee just simply picked that off. So
here's Jokubek. McBean comes up, and Jokubek sends it away and out of play. Just not on point tonight. It's almost frustrating, even though, you know, this is not the first 11. We've been so used to just seeing this precision passing, this physical team who makes very few mistakes. Hence why they're playing so well and currently in second place. This is lazily thrown to the net by Stoikov. Maybe Stoikov thinking, let's see if the Republic can get out. Maybe we get a quick counter. And here they are again, Stoikov stepping up. And it seems the Galaxy 2 are just a step ahead of everyone.
yeah, I think the Republic making terrible decisions with the ball. Evans, once again, gives the ball sloppily right in the middle of the park.
Here's Tandier.
Another giveaway.
Just too many turnovers right now for Sacramento. Coming up is Sorto. Sorto's been playing almost a midfielder, and Galaxy giving him right back. It's a little contagious. You know, Kevin, you've been a part of sloppy games. When one team's really sloppy, either the other team just completely dominates, or they start to get a little sloppy themselves. We're starting to see that from the Galaxy too a little bit.
Yeah, you know, they're getting a little bit, a little bit looser than you would want if you're the Galaxy coach, if you're an Alpha. But right now, I mean, the Republic need to do something different, and honestly, hopefully get into the half here, only down a goal. Maybe they can sneak one back, but right now I think a 1-0 scoreline at halftime, I'm pretty happy with.
Here's Caceres looking for Tandier. Beckham Martinez in the middle of the park. Drop down, and now the counter, McBean. Rugg. Taken away by Vukovic. Good ball here. The crowd likes it too. Gilberto trying to get his team on the run. Seriously around. Well, Cernonofo spent some time at some big-time programs and big-time teams as well. Kansas City, DC United. Played for Bruce Arena, the currently Galaxy head coach.
Great ball by
at University
Vukovic
of Virginia. Also a U.S. national team assistant coach as well. So pretty good pedigree here, and they've had him as an assistant with the Galaxy and decided that, let's have them lead the way for the reserve squad. Sacramento still fighting. Here comes up Caceres. That goes against Gilberto, against McBean, who's the one who falls. So the last match for the Galaxy, too, as they were able to pick up a draw as Jason Blee was brought down to the box, and Hoffman with the penalty kick. Chandler Hoffman not on the roster here tonight. It was 13th goal this season for Hoffman. I think that's a one sigh of relief. And of course, the kickers tied it up in the 68th minute for the draw. But Sacramento, Chandler Hoffman has been so good for the Galaxy too this year. They don't have to worry about him tonight, but McBean, Rugg, and Walker have been very difficult to deal with. Here's Delbridge, back to Jokubek. Here comes Rugg. Alters it just a tad. Up comes Tandier, and Tandier is taken down on a foul on the play, and Republic will get it back as Tandier holding his backside, and they'll stop play for a moment as Izzy tries to work his way back up. And because of that injury to Mendiola, looks like we're going to add an additional 8 minutes to the clock here. So for Sacramento, they've got a long way to go to get to that locker room, Kevin.
Yeah, they do. 8 more minutes, like we said a minute ago. I'm happy with the scoreline to get in, get regrouped, have a stern talking to from Preki to get these guys to come out in the second half with a different mentality and different attitude.
Evans. Been quiet. So a couple of the youngsters, Caceres, 24 years of age. And he was one heck of a player in Southern California, Taft High. All LAUSD first team. And Tandir, just 19, born in Germany, grew up in New Jersey. On the Bosnia-Herzegovina national team. His parents are Bosnian. A couple of the resumes for the youngsters.
Yeah, he's got an interesting history. Born in Germany, lived in New Jersey from probably the age of 3 till 17 or 18. Played over in France. Played for the U21s for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Little chip, Jakubek comes up, picks it out of the air, looking for McBean. Pretty good ball, but great decision by Jakubek.
Yeah, Jakubek comes out strong, picks that thing out of the air.
And how about Dominic Jakubek on the season? In 13 USL Pro appearances, he's only allowed 11 goals. It's about a 1.03 goal against average. His 28 saves, he's 6-4-1. I mean, here's a guy, you know, for a lot of goalkeepers, a lot of these teams, you know, Kevin, they always feel like they should be in the box. When you have multiple goalkeepers, when you have games close to each other, you maybe have a substitution. But here's a guy comes in with a great attitude, is always pushing Jake Gleason to get better, pushing his teammates to get better. Grew up right here in the Sacramento area in Lodi, California. I don't know if you could have asked for a better backup goalkeeper than Dominic Jakubek.
Yeah, Dominic's grinded for years and years and years. There's a lot of minutes, a lot of games under his belt. And, you know, I don't think there's a guy out there that has more fun than Dominic does day in and day out, which is just so fun to see. And it gives me a smile to see him out there. And I tell you what, he's played really, really well this year. And for him to be backing up Gleason, it's only because Gleason is that good of a goalkeeper, which is a bit unfortunate for Dominic. But I tell you what, team player, you don't hear him griping ever. And happy to see him out there getting minutes and performing well.
And he's always working. We come out to the pitch here pretty early as Sacramento gives up another one to Blee. And you never see him taking a moment off. He's always working out. He's out here before most of the guys out here are doing anything. Most of them haven't even shown up yet. And Dominic Jakubek is suited up, ready to go, get some practice in the box there.
Always a smile on his face, too.
Always. It's been quite a treat to have on this team. Kept on the floor. McBean trying to shield it. Winds up Rugg. And Harrison Delbridge just likely saved a good look from Charlie Rugg.
That comes from a giveaway, though. Gilberto's trying to knock the ball down to... There's a foul there. Gilberto's trying to knock the ball down to Cazares. Cazares isn't really on the same page. And as quick as that happens, Rugg's taking a shot on target. Fortunate for the Republic, it was blocked. But, I mean, that's how quick things happen and how simple the simple mistakes, what that comes from when you do give the ball away in bad positions. So guys need to be more responsible with this, take ownership, take accountability for it. Another giveaway.
Just not on the same page. And I know we've seen the first 11 have a chance. And here, Kurt Anolfo is getting a talking to from the referee, Angel Jr. But as we see things, when teams just kind of build that continuity, and it's very easy to see first 11, you continue to play well. And throughout the season, you'd hope at this point in time they would have it. And, you know, practice is one thing, but I think a lot of these guys are a little bit hyped, too. They're so excited to get here, get a chance, probably trying to do a little bit more than they can.
Exactly. I think a lot of it is people, guys trying to do a little bit more than they typically should or would want to. Good ball in.
Good ball in by Martinez. Didn't look like it had a chance. Curled it right in. And Perk had to come out and make a play.
That's a good ball. Tandir's in there ready for the run, but Martinez gets it off his foot really quickly. Probably half a second earlier than Tandir wanted. That's why his run wasn't really timed well enough.
Good clear.
Another silly foul. There's no reason for a foul there.
Well, the Los Dos is there is known, the LA Galaxy too. They have been a scoring machine this season. They have now 53 goals. It's third best in the USL Pro. And they've allowed 37, however. But on the road, Kevin, they have not been as good. They've scored 17, but allowed 17. And so they have not been as good away from Southern California. Much different to play on the road, and you may have to be playing on the road in the playoffs, so they may have to try to figure that out. They get a goal here tonight, but here's against the second unit. You're going against first team. Here's a little dink over the top. No one covering. Another dangerous play and left wide open was Nish Nian.
It's just not, guys, they're not even organized. So here we go. We're not performing well. Well, the balls we're playing, we're giving way too many giveaways, and we can't even organize ourselves defensively. That's the second set piece where guys are left wide open. One with the shot a few minutes ago, probably 10, 15 minutes ago, where no one's tracking that runner. And Nishman right there is wide open. And fortunate for us, we don't concede a goal there. But those are the little mistakes, and those are the things that you absolutely cannot do. And the Republic have done such a good job at another giveaway, have done such a good job this year so far of being responsible and organizing and defensively being smart for the most part on set pieces. And here we go in the first 45 minutes of this half. There's 2 plays where I think we're fortunate not for at least one of those to go in the back of the net.
Dominic Jakubek has had to be on his toes tonight.
Yeah, and if I'm Dominic, I cannot be a happy camper back there. That's your lifeline and your bloodline right in front of your back four. And if they're not staying organized, you know, you're going to be left out to dry quite a bit. And maybe it needs to come from Dominic. Maybe he needs to grab these guys in the locker room and tell them to get their stuff in line, because right now we're fortunate for it only to be 1-0.
And Jakubek, to his credit, has had this revolving door in front of him. I mean, there's typically, it's not like he's getting a Menya Vukovic, Mickey Daly, and Emra Clementa out there each and every contest. I mean, he typically has been in the box when there's different guys at that back four. Working something, a little bit of a working around, and now the whistle is blown. So Kiffy be able to pick up a foul, and it looks like it's going to go to bleed. So a set piece coming up for Sacramento.
I'd be surprised if Vukovic doesn't take this. With Roro and Alvarez on the pitch, usually Vukovic is left out. You see how quickly he's grabbing the ball right now. He's been waiting to show us how well he can strike a free kick.
And we'll keep it here live. No.
Here's the foul.
There's a foul real quick. Okay.
Kind of soft. We'll take it. This is a great opportunity to try to steal one quickly at the end of the half.
All right, well, here comes lined up Vukovic. Vukovic settles it down, and so the LA Galaxy 2 set up their wall. Yeah, Lee on the right side. Here's Vukovic with the left foot. Kept it on the turf. Avasian winds up. Avasian, a little over the top to Collins. Blee breaks it up. Great job by Blee.
I don't know what Vukovic is doing there. He may be smarter than I think he is, but he looks like he tries to go under the wall as the guys. That's a foul for sure.
And they won't call it.
Vukovic might have been trying to sneak it under the wall. Typically in that situation, you're not supposed to leave your feet. Happens more times than you'd like. And sometimes that ball can sneak under there, and the goalkeeper can't see it. He's screened.
Caceres, Collins, cleared.
Yep.
Jakubik back to Delbridge. Sacramento trailing by 1 on a goal by McBean, an assist from Stoikov. Couple of very close calls. Collins, here's a chance for Avasian, taking one right in the face. He's still up. It was Perk onto the turf, and now here's the whistle, and it goes against the Republic. And I'll tell you what, Perk took one straight to the chest.
And Perk got up as quick as can be. I tell you what, I mean, I agree with the call. Perk's going down in those situations. You got to protect the goalkeepers. Goalkeepers have almost the right of way in that situation. Tell you what, Jack, though, I've seen Jack's aggression going in there, trying to get stuck in. Definitely a foul, but Perk got up as quick as you'd want him to in that situation. And as soon as the play's called dead, he goes down as now probably the adrenaline's worn off, and he realized he got probably a knee to the chest, but you know what? Good play by Perk, coming out, being strong, and that's a brave play by a goalkeeper to go out there knowing that you're probably going to get hit.
And there is the whistle. So we'll go to the locker rooms with the Galaxy 2 with the lead, 1-0 over the Sacramento Republic. We got 45 more coming up. Stay tuned. Got a player profile for you, and then a halftime interview for you as well. So stay tuned. Big rivalry game, but it's the boys from down south who have the edge as we head to the break.
My name is Rodrigo Lopez. I'm a midfielder. So I grew up in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. That's where basically my whole family's from. My parents brought me here when I was 11 months old and grew up in Santa Barbara, California. Since I could walk, my mom would tell me that, you know, I had a ball next to my foot, and watching my dad play every Sunday was kind of the way I got the game in my blood and started playing Boys and Girls Club when I was about 3 years old, and I remember playing 2 years up, 3 years up, so I was quite a small little man out there. Kind of like me out there now, but my team folded when I was 16, and I transferred to a team in Thousand Oaks. It was an hour drive every day to practice, so we would, you know, I would carpool, or my mom or dad would take me to practice an hour, you know, 3 times a week. That summer after that, I went to Guadalajara. My dad's friend coaches at Chivas Guadalajara, and he invited me to go out just to try out, or actually just to train. I had no intentions of staying out there, even though Chivas was my favorite team growing up. And after 2 weeks, I remember them, you know, saying, hey, we want you to stay, we want to offer you a contract, we have school. Those opportunities don't come to you much as a player. As a 16-year-old, I don't think they come often, so I played with Chivas for 2 seasons, but that same year, the U.S. national team called me in for a camp. It all came together just because they were able to help me with my citizenship, and coming to MLS back home in L.A. was kind of just, it all clicked, and, you know, I just decided to come and pursue that in the MLS.
Roro is the player who actually was with me at Chivas USA, and he was the player that I let go. He wasn't a mature player, and he needed to work on his game in a lot of different ways, especially defensively.
You know, I look back at it now, and I don't blame him. You know, it's his job, and I worked extremely hard this offseason to come here and, you know, show Preki that I could play for him, because I know he's a tough coach, and he demands the best from everyone every day. And, you know, not just games, he expects the best from you in practice and even outside of the field. I took that challenge, and I'm happy to be here.
Rodrigo Lopez, well, here we go. Here's an interesting little character.
It's amazing to see how good of a player he is, and then how nice of a guy he is on the field and off the field.
Here's the person who's our playmaker. I love everything about his skills and everything that he does for us, yeah.
For us, yeah, the young guys, you know, he's a good role model for us to look up to.
Roro is probably the most technical player on our team. You know, a lot of players don't have those gifts to be able to see things he does and be able to have the technique that he has.
Rodrigo Lopez, social media princess. That's what he is. He's not going to be happy about that one.
Basically, from the day I got here, I felt welcomed, and I felt like at home. Obviously, I knew the fan base would be pretty good, but I never knew it was going to be this good. It's nice to be playing in front of so many fans that are loyal to you, that you could tell are passionate about the game. Since day one, I think everyone's had the same mentality, from the coaching staff to the players. You know, we want to win this year, and we want to show, you know, the whole country what Sacramento's about. You know, MLS is so close, and anytime they're going to get the thumbs up and give them that Sacramento really needs, you know, an MLS team, and that the MLS needs Sacramento as well.
Well, it's been the LA Galaxy 2 to start that first 45. They have a 1-0 advantage over the Republic here on big-time rivalry night, the last final regular season game here at Bonnie Field. We're joined now by Kevin Curry, Senior VP of Marketing for Raley's, and a great night tonight, farm to fork. Great food. I've been smelling all the food up here. We're stuck up in the booth. Hey, what did you chow down on tonight?
We had a little bit of the sausage, we had a little bit of the chicken, a little bit of the potato salad, coleslaw, anything we could find, we were in.
You were into there. So farm to fork night, I know here it is on the final night. Sacramento's big push for that for several years. Now it's become quite the event. I know the city becoming known for the Kings and even the Republic here, but I would say food is right up there with just about all of that. And Israelis, I know you're a big part of that. So why do farm to fork here, and what's the reason behind it?
So farm to fork for us is really important because being part of the community is all about what Raley's is. Since 1935, being a big member of the community, being part of being the Sacramento Republic's first year, very excited about the sponsorship, excited about what we're doing with Farm to Fork. We have a policy around Local 50, where all of our stores, we try to bring in product within 50 miles to support the local farmers, whether it be in produce, whether it be in the breweries with all the different local microbrews that are coming about, local wineries, always here to support the community is very important to Raley's.
When you said breweries, I think Kevin Goldthwait got a little smile, because I know we have a local breweries here, and that's always kind of, do you grab a couple of brews as well from Rubicon and the
We've
like?
been noticed to do that,
Okay.
yes, we've been known to do that.
No, that's great. I mean, here we have the Farm to Fork night at Bonnie Field with Raley's association with that. I want to talk a little bit about what you guys do with the Republic and what the Republic and the Raley's brands together, what it really means to you guys at Raley's, and how you think it's gone so far with the inaugural season here in Sacramento.
We're really happy with our first season here with the Republic. You know, this opportunity of growing with a franchise like this is just really important to us because we believe the importance in the community that this will grow. We think that it'll be a great partnership to grow with. Farm to Fork. We started Food for Families back in 1986 with Joyce Raley Teal. We've donated over $31 million in food, 21 million pounds of food, and just recently we got into fresh food. So we're now donating fresh fruits and vegetables, and everything we do 100% goes back to the community. Raley's pays all the processing fees, so everything we collect, we give back 100% to the community.
Well, I know there's a big push, not only to eat local, but shop local. I think that kind of embodies just about everything. I know tonight also a lot of fans, I saw them bringing food into the game, and they were really asked to bring food for that family's program, and you can even donate, I guess, through text, which is End Hunger. All you have to do is text 85944, and that'll get the job done there. And I know as this program continues on, where do you see the need in Sacramento to help struggling families? We know the economy's getting better, but we still have a lot of families that know they need our help.
Well, that's why we made the big push this summer with our fresh fruits and vegetables. Great time of year to be pushing fresh fruits and vegetables is this time of year. You know, there's a lot of things that happen around food for families around the holidays because that's a need. But quite honestly, there's a need for food for families 12 months out of the year. So here in September, getting involved with the Republic and with getting food to the local food banks is really important to us, and we're really excited to be part of the Republic and be part of Food for Families and getting local foods to our people in the need.
So it's your first soccer match here at Bonnie Field. What do you think so far?
Very impressed.
Yeah.
Very impressed with the speed of the game.
Yeah.
Watching it at home, you don't get an appreciation for how much the speed of the game and how athletic these individuals are. I grew up attending a lot of rugby matches, and so to see this, it's really great. I'm very excited to be part of it.
A little physical out here, but a little, I guess, more yellow cards and fouls called, I guess, here than it would be in rugby.
A little bit more.
Yeah. Well, Kevin, we appreciate you stopping by, and I guess encourage everyone to stop by Raley's because you guys have the local products. I think that's such a great idea, and I know the Republic have been a big part of that, trying to keep local food here as well. So.
And we're really excited of our partnership with the Republic, and we look forward to continuing that partnership on into the years.
And I know Kevin will be in there to pick up some beers, a couple six-packs here and there. So
absolutely,
Rubicon works well.
Rubicon, yeah, absolutely. Keep the fridge stocked. Yes.
All right. Well, that's Kevin Curry. We'll have more coming up here on the halftime show. Stay up, and we'll stay tuned, I should say, and we'll have some of the halftime stats for you. Sacramento's going to climb back in this one. It's a tough go for the first 45. See if they can find their feet underneath them and secure a victory here in the final match here at Bonnie Field in the regular season. And welcome back, Rob McAllister and Kevin Goldthwait. Of course, tonight we have a couple of substitutions, and we'll sort those all out for you here in just a few moments. But a couple first-team members coming in for the Republic. A little change on the Galaxy side as well. But your halftime stats, a goal and assist for the Galaxy 2. Republic with 8 fouls tonight, Galaxy with 6. Each team with a corner. Only one offside call. That'll go to get the Galaxy. 2 saves for Dominic Jakubek, 1 for Perk. 7 shots on goal for the Republic, which is a little surprising stat-wise compared to 6, but they did have a couple of good looks. And a yellow card for Jaime Villarreal. That was the 27th minute, but it was the score by Jack McBean from Dragan Stoikov with the goal. And that is the difference maker here in the first 45. And we're going to break down some playoff situations here a little bit, but right now, Sacramento, as we know for sure, has the overall 2nd seed. And it looks like we will see either, if Rochester beats Wilmington, we'll see Rochester in the first round here at Bonneyfield. If they lose against Wilmington tomorrow, then it will be Harrisburg City who will be coming to Sacramento. So we're underway. Gilberto taking touch from Mickey Daly, who's just checked in. Jack Avasian. Octavio Guzman. Izzy Tandier still in there. Dakota Collins as well. Max Alvarez has checked in.
Yeah, so Rob, really it looks like we didn't think we'd see many of these first team guys at all today, let alone for 45 minutes. So I bet at halftime, Preki was obviously not happy with what he saw. Decides to bring in 3 or 4 of the first team guys.
Here's a little cross over the top. Covarrubias with a good look on the goal, did not get it to go.
Yeah, so we got Clementa in, we got Daly in now, Alvarez in, Guzman in.
So we'll set it up here for you in just a moment. So Emra Clementa also in. So in the back, you have Avasian, Delbridge, Daly, and Clementa. And in the middle, and another giveaway by Dominic Jakubek. You have Alvarez, Guzman, Gilberto, and Cazares. And up top remains the same with Collins and Daly.
Yeah, I think clearly the sentiment is that Preki simply just was not happy with some of the guys out there in the first half and said, you know what, regardless of what's going on for rest-wise, we need to get out here, put a good performance in, get some of the first team guys out there and try to turn this thing around, right this ship. And still, we're in 6s and 7s in the back right now.
Galaxy. Here's Rugg. Rugg working in the 18, cleared by Harrison Delbridge. And so for the Galaxy, it's Perk in the box. Sorto, Nishanian, Diallo, Blee, Villarreal, and then Andre Oris just checked in. Covarrubio, Stoikov, McBean, and Rugg. And so that sets your 11 for the visiting Galaxy. And Oris is from Senegal, represented France in the U17 UEFA Championship match. Has some international time underneath his belt. Here's a cross sent wide, and a fight for Max Alvarez is sliding down to pick it up as Covarrubias tried to make a play on it. Nice seal here by Tandier. Now Tandier looking at a triple team. And there's Octavio Guzman, so a little sloppy in that first half. Do you think Sacramento should have made those changes, Kevin? Do you think that's the right call when you have a couple of your first team guys out here in a match that does not matter?
You know, I don't know right now. I mean, we'll find out at the end of the match here, but you know, you got guys coming off a couple days rest, and you don't know if they're going to do anything really better, especially coming into the match thinking that they're probably not going to get any minutes, and then coming in at halftime and you got coach knocking on your locker saying, hey, get your shin guards on, you're going in. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if these guys are ready to play, see how they prepared mentally during this afternoon and last night. But definitely not, probably not part of the game plan that Preki had going into this match tonight. And definitely not what he wanted to do and wanted to see, or any of the fans should really want to see happen in here right now.
Octavio Guzman, nice work, looking up, leaking. Here's Collins. Collins able to break free. He's onside. One-on-one again. Collins has it blocked, and a save by Perk. Alvarez back at it. Guzman Off the chest. A little volley, trap by Evasian. Caceres. Jack has been very aggressive coming out here in the first few moments of the second half. Gilberto tries to break through that back line, not able to do it. And stepping up was Clementa.
Yeah, going back to Collins' breakaway right there. Oh, that's a left knee injury right there.
And that is a tough break. And it looks like
no, I don't think
Clementa's going to get with a yellow card.
That looked bad from up here, Rob. It looked like it might have been his left knee, just like it looked like hyperextended it a little bit.
He flipped over the top, and that's Blee.
He's getting up quick. I think he might have just scared himself a little bit, honestly. I don't think the caution was deserved. But Blee goes down awkwardly, kind of like a non-contact injury, which you hate to see.
And here is the 20-year-old Jason Blee, falls hard.
As the replay sees puts all his weight on that left and right leg.
Look like his right knee is where he's holding a high shin there.
I could be wrong. He could have been diving, but it looked kind of awkward with maybe a little bit of a hyperextension there. So I always get worried when something like that happens.
And so just a correction for the playoff picture. It looks that if Rochester does win tomorrow, they have the tiebreaker over Wilmington. And so then they would move up to 6, and then it would be the Hammerheads that would fall to 7, and Harrisburg City would then fall down to 8. So there's your clear playoff picture for you. Still unsettled in the final week. It has been a great year in USL Pro in that terms. And there's Blee. Looks like he'll be okay.
Yeah, going back to Collins, getting his second breakaway essentially here tonight. Finds the target.
He's had 2 very good looks. I think Collins has probably played the best as a Republic member today. He has been very good. Jacobek with a couple of nice saves as well, put some tough positions. Rugg fighting with Clementa.
Yeah, but Rob, you need to finish that. You got 2 chances here tonight to get your team back in the game. And
nice play here by Evasian. Evasian in the middle, looking for a teammate. No one was running with him. But he had Tandir in the middle, and that was about it.
Perk came up real big on that save with Dakota Collins. And it just looked like Collins didn't really have his mind made up again what he wanted to do and when he wanted to do it. If you want to try to take him on one-on-one or shoot early, catching Perk coming out.
You don't get many chances one-on-one of the season. Let 2 in the same game. Give away by Octavio Guzman. Rugg on the run. Taken out clearly by Daly.
Yeah,
it's getting a little physical. We saw it get chippy the last time these 2 teams met May 17th at Hughes Stadium. And it seems that with the first team members out, I don't think that the Republic are taking too kindly with the physicality that we've seen from the Galaxy 2 tonight. And they're going to come back and make a statement. This is the second place team right here. And I think no matter what guarantees the Republic have, I think they want to end this year on its regular season, I should say, on a win.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about momentum going into the playoffs. We've said it time and time again, Rob, that how important it is to continue this win streak and really get better every single game if you can, and not take that step backwards. And the worst thing you want to do, the last thing you want to do is take a step backwards the last game of the regular season.
Here's Aris. Aris, a bender into the box. Jacobek there to make a play. Rugg came sailing through, and now out on the run, a good outlet to Vasian. Being marked by Stoikov. Gets past him the first time on the trim.
Yeah, Jack showing his pace there. Like seeing that with him.
This team has come out much sharper here in the second, Kevin.
Yeah, still a little too many giveaways in my book, Rob, right now.
Harrison Delbridge sends McBean to the turf. So Tommy Stewart was a late scratch. He's been dealing with a hamstring. Be interesting to see with Braun and Stewart, your top 2 strikers, whether or not you'll be seeing them come to playoffs, because Adam John has been recalled to San Jose. Not sure if he'll be back for the rest of the season. Villarreal looking for McBean. A shot on goal by Rugg. It's a jumping save by Dominic Jacobek. He's pumped up for that one. Another great save by Dominic.
Another great save off another terrible giveaway in midfield. I mean, we need to be better keeping the ball. And we mentioned in the first half, that's how quickly things can happen with turnovers, poor turnovers in the wrong spot, in the wrong point in the match. And quickly a shot on target, and Jacobek answers the call. As Rugg strikes that, and Jacobek puts himself in a good position there, saves it I think he wishes he would have caught it, but you know what? He's in the right spot at the right time, makes a good save.
And here's the corner. Slapped away by Jakubek. Another nice play. Dominic Jakubek has made some very good plays. A whistle blown, may have been a foul called inside the box.
Yeah, looks like some contact in the box, but Jakubek nonetheless comes out strong. Almost slaps at it. I like to see him use his fist in that situation, try to punch it out, get a little bit more on it.
And Daly's trying to send one through, and it's Covarrubias who took it off the head. So Curtinolfo makes one substitution. Meanwhile, the Republic with 4 new additions.
A lot of guys standing around. Gilberto's got the ball there, and there's 6 or 7 guys in front of him, all standing, waiting for somebody else to make a run. And that seems to be the problem, why there's probably so many giveaways, is there's not necessarily the right runs being made, and guys aren't showing for the ball. Guys are waiting for other guys to do that work. It's kind of like, you know, I call it honest work when guys are showing and really working for their teammates. And what I'm seeing right now is guys being a little bit dishonest with it and trying to cheat and do, you know, cut the corner here and there. And as a result, we're down 1-0. No one's really playing that well.
Daly with a header. Gilberto steps in front of McBean. Jack McBean from Newport Beach. He was the youngest ever signing for the Galaxy 2, 16 years of age. He has been with the Galaxy trying to make a run here on the left side. Coming up is Covarrubias, and Daly with a little shrug.
Yeah, good, well defended by Daly. Goes in there shoulder to shoulder, pushes Covarrubias off just enough to get him off balance. But Clementa's got to be careful there. Once again, Galaxy getting in behind our back 4 and making it difficult, chasing guys down, and Daly makes a good play to save that right there.
First round of the playoffs next Saturday night here at Bonnie Field at 7:30. The number 2 seeded Sacramento Republic still waiting on who they will face. But it looks like Harrisburg City or Wilmington. Wilmington here just a few weeks ago. Sacramento went back east as well in the last few weeks. Gilberto making a run. Here's a good ball by Sacramento working this around. Touch from Guzman, now flipping it to Alvarez. Alvarez outside the box from Clementa, and Alvarez is taken down. And they're gonna call it on the Napa youngster.
Yeah, Diallo there does a fantastic job defending Alvarez. Just beats him one-on-one, and Alvarez forced to commit the foul there.
Another sellout here at Bonnie Field, and you look around, there's not many empty spaces. People have come out very strong tonight, 158,000 for the entire season. Delbridge. The pace of this match has gotten just a little bit better, Kevin. It's hard to ignore that fact with these new 4 in for the Republic.
Yeah, so far, last couple minutes here, I like what the Republic are doing. They're keeping the ball kind of back to their old selves almost.
Gilberto trying to work through traffic.
That's Gilberto. That's what you want him doing. Able to keep the ball in that situation.
Daly lets it fly to Tander.
That's fine. That's a decent foul right there. Slow things down, get guys behind the ball.
Tower Bridge Battalion covering 3 full bleachers this evening. And with going back to Hughes Stadium last time these two teams met, there was about a sea in almost 2 entire sections. And they said they had so many people who would come and just buy tickets for them and let them in. And it comes up hobbling a little bit is Dakota Collins. Rugg making some moves. Broad-chested takes a right-handed shot. Their dive and save by Dominic, a rebound by McBean, and a score by the Galaxy.
Yeah, that starts with a simple Daly again, not defending well enough on top of the box. Charlie Rugg gets his shot off. Jakubek makes a great save. Jack McBean doing the right thing, following it up, and it's just a simple textbook tap-in for him, as no Republic players going and crashing the goal for a rebound. So once again, just lazy play by the Republic. They need to do the simple things and the easy things as best as they can, and they have not done that at all tonight. There's another example as Ruggs going, takes a shot. Great save by Jakubek, but look at, nobody's on their front studs. Delbridge is reacting, trying to get back, and Jakubek's got no hope there really to make a save, but Delbridge is just caught ball watching. I mean, we've said that a few times tonight. We've never talked about the Republic ball watching in any situation. Guys being real reactive rather than proactive tonight. But once again, another hill to climb here as LA scores in the 59th minute or 58th minute.
So McBean now with 5 goals on the season, 2 here tonight. And it looks like Rodrigo Lopez will come in as soon as there's a stoppage in play. So right foot shot by Rugg. Great save by Jakubek, diving to his left side with the left hand, and then right there, McBean able to clean it up and send it right through. And now the Galaxy have taken a 2-0 advantage. And you go back to the last 3 matches, that is the most the Galaxy have scored in the Republic all game. They've scored only 2 goals against the Republic in 3 games. Now they've scored 2 and 1 here tonight, the final regular season matchup between these 2 squads. And it puts up their goal total on the year to 54. This is something, Kevin, we have yet to experience. Other than the friendlies, a USL Pro game where Sacramento down 2 goals just doesn't happen.
Yeah, they played great at home. This is definitely the first time where they've been, at Bonnie Field facing this 2-goal deficit with 30 minutes to go.
So Tandir comes out, and it means Rodrigo Lopez is in. And I'd imagine that you might see Guzman move up. So Izzy Tandir's night is over. 62 minutes in the book for his first Republic match.
Yeah, tough match for Tandir. Didn't really have any opportunities to really get himself in the box. Used his big frame to get himself, try to win a header and put it on target. As in a match like this, when things aren't really going well, and the team's not performing, not playing, it's hard to go out there and show coach, especially as a striker, show Preki what you can do. So unfortunately for him, puts in a good solid 60 minutes. I did like what I saw from him today. I think he's got back to goal, looks strong, good first touch, and that's something that Republic really have been missing, is that back to goal forward that is able to take the ball, an entry pass, take 2 touches, get it off, spin out, and keep going forward, as our guys typically take maybe 1 or 2 touches too many. But Tandir did a good job a few times. I like what I saw. Hopefully he does get a run in the playoffs and can show that experience and that touch as we move forward.
Well, Travis Bowen will come in for Stoikov here, and as they get that situation under, it looks like he was handing something off.
Yeah, look at
the goalkeeper.
Captain armband there.
Oh, captain armband, so that'll switch over to the goalkeeper perk. So Travis Bowen, Ventura County Fusion, and played with Phoenix FC last year. Van Nuys native, signed to Los Dos this year. So Travis Bowen, listed as a forward, comes in for Stoikov, who's playing the midfielder position. So they'll keep Rugg and McBean up top, but don't be surprised if Bowen comes leaking up from that right side. There's Lopez. Beautiful ball to Clementa. Clementa traps it. Dump off. Here's Caceres. Offside. But we talked pregame. You want to keep an eye on the young guys, Tandir, Caceres. You just talked about Tandir. How do you rate Caceres' play at this point?
Caceres has looked good too. We talked about him earlier. I think he's got the speed and the pace, maybe a little bit young and youthful, needs to know when to kind of pull in the reins a little bit. Right there, that situation, playing Clementa offsides. Maybe should have played it 1 touch earlier, but I think so far the flashes that we've seen have been pretty positive and pretty good. And frankly, the 2 new guys have played better than the other reserves for the most part across the board that the Republic have put in here tonight. So they've been the two bright spots in my mind, answered the call.
Covarrubias, Aris sends it high over to Bowen. Bowen able to head it. Some pressure by Collins. It alters the clear out by Perk. Brian Perk played 26 games with LA. He's been with the big club. They like what he can do. They're just trying to give him some more minutes.
Yeah, Perk, highly recruited, highly regarded out of college at UCLA. Hasn't really figured it fully out yet. Still a young kid. Goalkeepers typically take a little bit longer to develop. You don't see too many young goalies in the league right now.
Well, they're getting some good time here. USL Pro. Meanwhile, Dominic Jokabek has had a bit of a frustrating night as he's almost been left out on an island. Gilberto making some moves, gets past Bowen. Avasian running with them. On the left wing, Avasian cuts it toward the middle. Nobody back there. Here's Gilberto again. No spacing for the Republic. Chip it high to Clementa and a wasted opportunity from Sacramento.
Yeah, Avasian needs to serve that ball and tries to cut back. He's on his favorite left foot right there. Serve the ball in. You got runners in the box. You had 3 or 4 guys in there. Just overthinks it a little bit in that situation.
Harrison Delbridge, a youngster as well, and wearing number 22. Saw him get some pretty good starts in the early part of the season. And Harrison, who played at Appalachian State University, just 22 years of age, trying to work his way back into some playing time with the Republic. The Australian feeling a bit frustrated at times, but I think in these matches, that's where he's got to set himself apart. And Avasian able to get a handball call. It'll be a quick free kick. Rodrigo Lopez, who has been so good, scored
and you
game winner.
You see Roro with the frustration there. He's standing on the ball, looking up. No one's making any runs. Everyone's waiting for somebody else to do the work. This is that reactive type mentality where guys are just simply waiting for other people to make the runs. When you need to take the initiative and the ownership on your own shoulders, start doing the work. And I mean, not typical of any Preki's teams in the past is guys in this situation. I think Preki's very good at sniffing this out quickly. Unfortunately, it's the last game of the season. We don't have time really to remedy the problem, except, you know, change the lineup as a counterattack's being sprung here.
Here's Covarrubias looking for Rugg. Gets past Avasian. McBean cleared by Daly.
Avasian fortunate there that ball's not played a little bit harder as he's just not doing the job getting back, getting his shoulders in the right position.
So throw in here by Sorto.
Right now, this point of the game, though, Rob, being down 2-0, if Republic can get a quick one, it'll totally change that momentum. We've been in this situation being up 2-0 and how quickly that one goal can change momentum. It's still a great opportunity for him. The game's still well within reach. If we get one in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, that gives us enough time to really start pushing to get that second one to tie it up. Good ball by Roro. That's what you love about Roro out there. You know, no one else on the Republic can replicate that sort of pass that he does day in, day out.
In the middle, Guzman.
Little set piece here. Caceres does a good job and earns that set piece. Here we go, Alvarez and Roro. This is the set piece specialist. But going back, this is a great time to really try to score, to nip one. And it changes the whole complexity of the game. The momentum shifted. So by no means are we out of this game, even for how badly and how poor the performance has been so far. I mean, there's still hope and there's still a chance for us to squeak out of this with something positive, really.
And when the expectations continue to grow, I mean, this has really been the case for Sacramento. You expect them to play so well. So Alvarez will take the kick. Shifting over to his right is Perk. Here's a bender toward the net, into the net. A beautiful goal by Max Alvarez. Perk could not stretch the line quick enough, and Sacramento is on the board.
Here we go, Rob. Told you, if we can nip one here, this is going to be a great finishing 20, 25 minutes with extra time. I don't even think Alvarez thought that thing went in. Here's a replay. Perfect ball. Perk's got no chance. Perk probably should have saved that, really. And if you look, again, the wall did a terrible job. You got guys getting out of the way of that thing. But Alvarez dips that thing, curls it right over that wall, dips it on the ground. The hardest point, pretty much, the longest point for Perk to go out and reach. Perk probably is going to look at that, think he should have done better. We got the crowd chanting, beat LA. This is a perfect shot in the arm that Republic need, and hopefully the momentum is absolutely shifted here as guys started to, feel pretty good about themselves in this situation.
It's ignited the crowd here at Bonnie Field, no doubt about that. Max Alvarez with his second goal of the season. I don't know how many times, Kevin, we have seen Alvarez wind up and take one from 20 to 25 yards out. That time it's on a set piece and maybe the prettiest shot we've seen from the Napa kid this week. This season, I should say.
And I tell you, Rob, the fact that, we got these guys, Roro and Alvarez, with their ability on dead balls and set pieces, it's a huge, huge asset to have. And I tell you, I haven't been on too many teams with a quality left foot and a quality right foot dominant player on top of the ball, serving great balls in, set pieces, free kicks, going 2-goal, and serving balls in for crosses. As Gilberto sees draws a yellow. Was that Rugg?
Rugg got hit with the yellow card. And so in the 70th minute, Rugg is hit.
And here's a closer shot. Look at the wall here. See what happens. You got guys kind of ducking out of the way. Perk's got no chance. I mean, that's just simply hit a little bit too hard for him. And Perk is even looking at the wall. He thinks his wall probably should have done better than I agree with him. If he's looking at his wall thinking, come on, guys, quit ducking out of the way. You're a wall for a reason.
So the fullbacks for both clubs tonight, making life a little bit more difficult for the goalkeepers. And now the Republic's momentum and energy in this stadium here has just completely changed. There's a little bit more of a bounce to not only the players on the field, but the fans here in the seats as well.
Yeah, the Republic are bouncing now. Look at this. They're grabbing this ball quickly. Let's get this thing going again. LA's kind of digging in their heels, their back line. This is going to be exciting the next 20 minutes here.
Here's Lopez. Lopez, good entry. A little bit long. Finds Clementa, but not able to make something happen. They'll try to set something here. Delbridge over to Gilberto.
This gives Tower Bridge Battalion a reason to sing as well. I mean, it just changes the whole atmosphere here.
Got a chance to hang out with the Tower Bridge Battalion before the match tonight. Had a fun time over the cantina. Jack Avasian. Avasian looking to make a move. Centers it. Still won't get rid of it. Still playing with it. Here's Guzman. Allows the defense to get back. Here's Clementa leaking. Back come up. Here's Cazares. Over to make a play. Trying to make something happen with Oris. And Aris, and here is Guzman still up in the air. Republic still fighting. Alvarez turning the corner. Looking to go against Blee. Blee goes down to the turf. Hits it with his hand. Not a whistle called. We'll get a corner instead. Last touched by Blee and the Galaxy 2.
Yeah, Blee's looking for a foul there. Probably could have gotten one, but I tell you, he reaches out, tries to grab the ball. Could have been a penalty. But Republic charging on their front studs right now. Alvarez setting up for the corner kick. Let's see how the runs look. You got to imagine this is going to be a good ball being served in. As the official blows, tries to calm down. Looks like he's going to bring some guys.
So it tells Daly to take a walk. Clementa in on the line.
Yeah, okay, here, I'm going to talk about this. This is Roro running over there looking for a short corner. Preki's yelling at him right now.
Getting some movement. Here's a ball in.
Yeah, decent ball served in. Would have liked it to be a little bit higher, but I tell you what, we're still possession in our final third. We keep it.
Gilberto, Lopez.
Tell you, this could be a good opportunity for Gilberto to really do some good work here in the last 20, 25 minutes.
Seems the pressure on the Galaxy here, and the Galaxy trying to work for that third seed. Showing that not only would it mean they will have a home match for their first round, but should LA win, That would mean a much shorter trip if they have the 3rd seed, being that if Orlando wins their first round, then if they are the 4th seed, that means LA would be traveling to Florida. Meanwhile, the 3rd seed, they win their first game and Sacramento does the same, they'd be taking just an hour flight up north. I think traveling, they much prefer that 3rd seed. Alvarez again. Alvarez turning the corner, punched away.
Earns a corner kick.
The last one to touch it. So again, here's a chance. Rodrigo Lopez will come over. And now Preki's telling Roro to stay short and switch sides. It'll be Guzman.
So he's telling Guzman to go out there.
He wants Roro to get toward the middle. Evasian and Caceres out wide. Trying to beat off the dribble. Cleared by the Galaxy into the stands.
Short corner, Rob. I can't tell you how many times short corners don't work. I mean, you got a guy like Alvarez on the ball, serves in a great corner kick. Just give it, let him do it. I don't know why you're bringing other guys, making it more difficult than it needs to be. I can understand if you're Barcelona doing that with Iniesta and Xavi out there, but that's not the case.
Here's the Galaxy on the run. Trying to take a corner.
Good idea there by Alvarez, though. Roro's making a great run. Alvarez had the right idea, just couldn't execute it. That's fine.
Covarrubias flips it to McBean. Daly goes up high. Probably behind Jakubek. Up and jumping on the metal bleachers here. Nice cutoff by Clementa.
Yeah, well done by Clementa.
Keeps it in play. Or are they saying he stepped out on the touchline?
Yeah, not sure how that's happening.
A little bit of confusion. And looks like Blee will be the one to throw in here from the touch. This game is taken on a much more serious tone here since the Republic have made some substitutions at the half. It was 1-0 heading into the locker room at the break. Galaxy scored again, back to Jakubek, a little bit sloppy. Rugg was coming on strong.
Yeah, Delbridge just not being responsible with that. Taking too many chances in the back, needs to do better there.
And then McBean scored in the 59th off a rebound, a save by Jakubek. And then Max Alvarez on a set piece in the 69th, able to cut the lead by 1. Nike's a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Clementa. There's Guzman. Alvarez.
What?
And now Rodrigo Lopez is furious.
The official absolutely takes the advantage away in that situation. I don't know, let him play.
And Rodrigo Lopez and Mickey Daly on warning still.
Roro needs to do better than that. Take your time with it, let it set up, let it evolve. Don't rush that. Those have been our bread and butter, really, those sort of set pieces. Really focus on those.
Fans still buzzing here into the 78th minute. Delbridge. Gilberto. Looking for Collins to get out another run. They've almost moved up. Seems Max Alvarez playing up. They got Alvarez and Roro the same quarter. Great sliding tackle by Clementa. Now Clementa running the right wing. He's got Collins out to his left. Clementa's where he goes to his right. Clementa serves one up. Here's a header! Pickup on the bounce was Perk. And a great play by Sacramento, just didn't find the net.
That's some good work there. Clementa goes in, makes a great strong tackle, sends us out on a counter. Clementa's the first one up, getting his rear down the flank, ends up getting the ball, cuts back on his left foot, serves a good ball in the box to Collins, and Collins tries to knot it in the corner, just doesn't get enough power on it. But tell you what, good play there, great play by Clementa.
And you see Rodrigo Lopez, give credit to Collins and Clementa. They each gave Roro an option.
Right.
He could have gone right down the middle, picked right. That was a good choice, it seemed. Didn't obviously get the score, but still a great play.
Well, it shows you how important those runs are. As we have a replay going here, as Clementa serves the ball, and Collins is getting up off his back heel a little bit. Easy for Perk to deal with. But it shows you how important those runs are. If Roro's got good runs and guys making, those clear, the correct runs, it makes things so much easier. Somebody's going to tackle in.
A little top off to Bowen. Bowen taken down outside the box by Clementa.
Good tackle
cleared by Daly.
Clementa.
On the counter, here come the Republic. Alvarez sends it out to Lopez. Roro pausing for a moment as the Galaxy 2 able to get back. Here's Gonzalez. Here's Octavio Guzman. Here's a shot and tipped away. And Nishanian, and another good set by Sacramento out on the run, the break.
We're not that far off, Rob. That's not Roro's specialty, going one-on-one with players. But what is his specialty is playing and moving, and he does that. Plays a good ball back to Guzman. Guzman finds him one touch through as Roro plays and moves and gets himself in a great position, and unfortunately doesn't find a Republic guy. But here we go, another set piece, another corner kick.
Alvarez.
Someone needs to make that near post run, Rob.
A little back.
That's three times I think that's been close to that near post, and that's Alvarez where he's going to put it most often. And if you can kind of get right in front of that defensive player, and it's really just a flick header, you don't even really need to put much power onto it.
Good ball by Gilberto. Clementa looking for Roro. Here's Lopez in some open space, angles it right, finds Guzman. Guzman tore the net. A save by Perk as he didn't have to take a step. Good shot on goal, just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Was Brian Perk.
I tell you, you see the change of pace now with these guys in here, with really the first team. A lot of the key contributors coming in right now, but you see the change of pace. You see how attack-minded we've been.
Taken down Max Alvarez, and this could be a caution. I think might have just got tangled up, Kevin. I don't know.
He's grabbing his shirt there, Blee is. And this could be red.
It's a yellow card.
It's yellow. Preki's not happy with that. That's last man in my mind. Honestly, Blee's doing what he can to save himself, but that looked like, honestly, it was last man as Blee pulls Alvarez's shirt.
That's the third card thrown against the Galaxy today.
Get the crowd getting into it now. It's buzzing right now, Rob.
This is the most excitement we have seen in a few matches here. Oklahoma City had a pretty good crowd. It just didn't have the quite the feel that you have here in the second half of this rivalry game against the Galaxy. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. An exciting one here as Alvarez has cut the lead, and now Rodrigo Lopez will try to do something to tie it. Alvarez to his right, in motion. Clementa, Gilberto just off-played it to the right, and it sails far post.
Gilberto again. Yeah, the ball falls right to his feet. He puts it across the frame, across the face of the goal, which is the place you want to miss that. But Alvarez doesn't make that follow-up run, the looping run along the back post. If he does, he's got to tap in, Rob. Good ball in by Roro. This is how dangerous these guys are. It looks like we got some subs coming in. These are the big bodies that are going to be dealing with all these set pieces. As Steres and Franco are coming in.
So it'll be Sorto coming out, and it'll be Franco in his place. And Diallo is out as well, and it'll be Steres Checking in as well, the 84th minute here.
Here's the replay as Roro, look, ball falls right to Gilberto's feet. That's
just a little bit behind him.
Tough ball to hit, it really is, but he misses it in the right spot. You want to pull that thing across the face of the goal and aim for that far post. But it is, I mean, to be fair to Gilberto, that's a tough finish, a tough ball to hit cleanly. You'd like to see him do it. As a skilled Brazilian like he is, you'd like to see him be able to put that thing on frame.
So here's Daniel Steris, who texts in for the Galaxy. Now Steris, as Sacramento earns this one. Back selected by Seattle in 2012 waiver draft. Played with the Hammerheads in 2013, had 7 goals. Originally from Burbank, California. Happy to be back in Southern California.
Now get it going, Roro. Get the ball moving. Get him back.
And also the Cal State Northridge alum, Joe Franco. In for the Galaxy here. LA trying to add some size, eat up the clock, secure a victory and a third seed.
Rob, they're on their heels right now. They're clearing everything out. They're not looking to keep the ball. They're really in kind of preservation mode. Keep this lead as much as they can. But really, they're not looking to move forward. They're not looking to keep the ball. And Republic got them on their heels right now, which is a great situation to be in.
Avesian using his face. Gilberto behind the back.
Frustrated about Gilberto. Just to use the inside of your foot there, you probably bring the ball down, but I guess it's exciting.
Makes for a great picture in the paper tomorrow. 2-1 LA. Sacramento trailed 2-0. Max Alvarez cut the lead.
Yeah, there's Gilberto doing a good job defensively. Alvarez winning the set piece there, winning the free kick. Anolfo's up on the bench yelling at his guys.
McBean a little frustrated. Gilberto, quick start. Gets it to Lopez. McBean. And McBean still trying. He could be in trouble of a yellow card. He keeps it up.
Nah, looked like he
looking for a nice ball. Alvarez finds Cazares. Avesian slips. Had an idea with it. Wasn't sure. And it cost him.
Avesian doing just one too many things here. Cutting the ball inside.
And now it's getting real physical. And McBean is likely called for the foul.
I tell you,
not get a caution.
Rob, again, that's advantage. The official's just way too quick with his whistle. Let that thing play. Let it evolve a little bit. See what happens. It looked like we had a good chance to take the thing and keep moving forward with it.
And if you're LA, I guess keep it going. Lopez keeps it on the floor. Alvarez across, slapped away by Burke.
Yeah, Alvarez on his weaker right foot, slice that a little bit. Good ball in the box here.
Right back, a header, Clementa! And they're saying, did it go past the line? There is a question of whether or not Perk was inside the goal box.
That was an unbelievable save by Perk. Perk reaches behind him, grabs that thing with his left hand, might have pulled it out of the goal mouth.
Little flip, here's Collins, trying to find some space, taken down to the box. There will not be a whistle. And Preki is furious on the sideline. And the crowd upset as well. The boos have come out against referee Alex De Eugenio. The energy clearly on the side of the Republic here. There is a buzz in this stadium here at Bonnie Field.
Yeah, that, going back to Perk's save, that was unbelievable. He's fully stretched out to his left. Probably after that should have been a penalty.
Alvarez trying to see if he can pick up a corner.
And hell, might be. I don't know. You might need to call it. You got to call it, I think. You really do, Rob. But I tell you, we're moving forward. They're on their heels. The Galaxy are.
A throw in. Whistle. Right back.
That's killer, too. Now they bring another defender out there as they realize that they should have 2. And the referee not really having fully control of this
long
thing.
Throw on Clementa. Trying to tap it backwards, and down he goes. Collins.
Collins might have been looking for the penalty in that situation. I don't know about that. As guys are...
And so the referee going to try to slow things up.
Corner kick nonetheless. Get Alvarez out on the ball. Look, he's talking to Clementa, telling him where to go. So look for the combination play between Clementa, or look for the service going into Clementa.
So Guzman comes up off the line on a short. chance, but backing up. Collins moving, as is Guzman. Here's the cross. Headed, cleared. Roro fighting with Covarrubias. Covarrubias goes down, and this crowd is upset.
Yeah, Covarrubias went down real soft.
And Rodrigo Lopez going to help him up. Covarrubias much larger than Rodrigo Lopez, and I think Lopez letting the referee know just that.
You know, look how much time this eats up. In these situations, set pieces are your worst nightmare against you. Any ball out of touch, they're going to milk it for 30 to 45 seconds. We'll see what the extra time is going to be added here.
I think it's about 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh my God. Perk made an unbelievable save there. That was world-class save.
So 4 minutes added to this clock. Sacramento still has a chance to come away with the draw. Here's a shot by Bowen. Hits the crossbar, bounces back into play. Daly clears it. Here's Ruggs, second chance.
I think fell right on top of Bowen's right foot. Bowen takes his chance and bangs it off the crossbar.
A steal here by the Republic.
That would have been a dagger, Rob. That would have been so killer.
Down goes Gilberto.
There's Covarrubias again getting himself involved. Gets cautioned.
And there is another yellow. And here comes worse for wear is gimping on the right side.
Is that Clementa?
Is Emra Clementa. That would be detrimental to this team. He has been fantastic as a right back, and he continues to hobble, hopefully just a cramp. But he's holding that right knee, Kevin. Here's Bowen.
Yeah, Republic ball here. Yeah, Clementa, hopefully he's walking it off.
I think he just got a little stinger on that left leg. Seems to be okay, and we'll find out.
Yeah, get the ball on Roro's feet. Gilberto needs to get himself up. I mean,
trying to find some space was Roro. Taken. Clementa too high. Out of play. Well, the momentum has turned into nervousness here at Bonnie Field. Throwing from the Galaxy high. Good chance for the Republic to take it back. Guzman to Gilberto. Spread this field out a little bit. And now the Republic fall into place. Good ball there, Vasia. Nope, not strong enough, it seemed. Bowen did a nice job of coming up. Bowen with a ferocious shot on goal. Just nicked that crossbar, sent it right back out into play. About 2.5 minutes or so left here for the Republic.
They're stretching now, they're forcing things.
Gilberto goes down, right back up from Rugg. Rugg still fighting. Gilberto down again, won't get the whistle here. Here's Cazares, hadn't had a touch in a while. Quick giveaway. Sacramento running out of opportunities here in the final minutes. Delbridge gets beat by Covarrubias for a quick moment. It seems at this time the Galaxy just sit back and kill the clock mode.
I mean, you want the ball on Roro and Gilberto's feet. Gilberto hasn't left a 20-yard box in the last 2.5 minutes. I don't know what he's doing, but Roro trying to spray the ball here. Good ball out.
Finds Clementa. Clementa tipping it over to Guzman. Guzman back to Clementa. Clementa a little slow to get the ball. Looks like he may still be dealing with a little bit of
good opportunity here for a long throw.
Leg. Here's a throw in. Probably one of your best from the sideline. And Gilberto waits back. It'll be Delbridge into the box. Guzman walks up. Here's the throw. Sent right back and out of play.
We'll have it again
it
here. Yeah, I like that. Find Roro short.
Here's Lopez. Lopez trying to work himself into a corner. Finds Gilberto. Gilberto could serve this up. Bender, header. Sacramento still fighting. Not able to get a good look at the goal.
Yeah, Gilberto doesn't play necessarily the best ball in there. You know.
Here's Jakubek trying to get his team quickly the other way. They're running out of time here, Kevin. Gilberto. Lopez probably got one good look here, Kevin, left before that whistle's blown.
Yeah, we're coming up on the end here, but great ball.
Lopez, Collins, little flip, nobody there.
Corner kick here. Get row on.
Here's a corner and probably the final chance for Sacramento.
Jokubek wants to go. He's asking to go.
I think you do. I think this is probably it.
And this might be the last chance to get a good ball in the box and, you know, put it all on the line here.
A strike from Lopez. Header, Delbridge. Cleared, and that is it. Whistle blows, and for Republic lose in Sacramento. They lose to LA 2-1 here at Bonnie Field.
Yeah, you know, Rob, good fight the last 30 minutes, but it shouldn't take that first team getting in the squad for that momentum and that style of play to be seen on the field. So that's a bit unfortunate, but, you know, I guess Preki's going to go in the locker room and know that his guys still are the guys that can come out here and perform well. But you know, too little, too late. Had a good couple of chances there. It was an exciting last 30-minute situation.
Well, September 13th, 7:30. The gates open at 6 o'clock here at Bonnie Field. There are still tickets available, sacrepublicfc.com. And not going to want to miss this matchup, as we'll wait to see who the final decision and choice will be on this match here. It could be, at this point, Harrisburg City or Wilmington. It appears the two choices will be in two clubs that have both played the Republic very well this season. I don't know if you have a preference. I think the preference is at least you're playing right here at home in Sacramento at Bonnie Field. And so a sellout crowd doesn't get the victory. The first win for the Galaxy 2 over Sacramento this season. And the season matchup over 4 games. And it goes to 2-1-1 in the favor of the Sacramento Republic. So a great regular season, Kevin. It didn't end with a victory, but a second place finish and a second seed here. And I think as the Republic goes, they're in some pretty good standing as you move forward. I think we're talking back in April. If you say we're gonna end up in second place in your very first inaugural year.
We'll take it all day. And you know what, I love what we're doing here coming into the final match, or you know, going into the playoffs. Momentum, everyone's playing well right now. Granted, you know, we had the first 60 minutes, which were rough and a bit not exactly what you'd want, but I tell you what, I love it that we have the potential to have 2 home playoff games here to lead ourselves into that final match. But so far, I mean, you know, such a fun season. Here we are, how quickly, blink of an eye, it's gone by. But, you know, love the momentum we have, and I think we got a good chance to really make some noise in these playoffs.
And there's always a fear is sometimes when you go into a match and maybe you don't get the victory, but I think there was some momentum here for the Republic. You could have walked away really feeling down. That could have maybe carried over that first week. I don't think that carries over now.
No, and really, I think if you don't have that final 30 minutes where we're pushing forward and you know, getting some chances, it's a different story. But the fact that we had that the last 30 minutes of playing well, really creating opportunities, that's something that you can go on. You're finishing on that note, which is also great. So you're going in the locker room feeling somewhat okay about yourself. But it could have been a lot worse. And it's one of those decisions as a manager in any sport. Do you rest your guys? Or do you keep your first team going and risk injury? Preki made his call early. Kind of looked like he maybe changed his mind halfway through this match, but probably was the right decision to go out. And I think the result is pretty evident, and the momentum hopefully is continuing to go forward.
Well, if you're interested in finding exactly out who the Sacramento Republic will play on the 13th, you want to make sure you log on to uslprosoccer.com. They'll have all the score stats and all the matchups for the postseason. 8 teams. Well, we know that'll be the Republic in #2 spot. We have Orlando at #1, LA now at #3, and you have the Richmond Kickers, who have been hanging around second place all season.
Settle
have
at
been
4.
Pushed down to 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the momentum that you want to. That's not the direction you want to go.
And they're playing the Charleston Battery here,
who have been on fire as well. They've been playing really, really well. So it's going to be interesting to see how the playoff picture settles out here at the end of the day tomorrow. But so far, like you said, top 4 settled, determined. And having home games, you can't ask for that. We've been so difficult to play against at Bonnie Field, and I love the fact that we're going to be back here. We're going to give our fans another treat. Tower Bridge Battalion will be out here, and hopefully the city really continues to rally behind these guys and push them through, hopefully, in that final match.
And so you can see how dangerous Los Angeles can be. So this will not be an easy game, to say the least, if these teams do match up in week 2. Great season so far. The regular season is over. Now it's time to kick it up a notch. And Kevin, before we sign off here, as we get a look at the Tower Bridge Battalion, still cheering on the Republic players down there on the field. Going into the playoffs mindset, there's always that, I guess, that attitude. You feel like you've got to do even more. The stage is a little bit better, but I think the Republic have played so well and just doing what they do best, each player playing their role. I guess the job for this coaching staff, to get through this Republic team in the next, I guess, 6 days here.
Yeah, it's a whole new season now. So everything that you've done up to this point, you kind of, it's a clean slate. You got 7 days right now to prepare yourself for your team as best as you possibly can for this game coming up this Saturday. And the fact that we have a full week to do so is great. Everyone's on the same schedule pretty much right now. And it's great. They're not traveling anywhere. They're staying here, staying home, in their comfort zone. So it's a new season.
I think that we'll have another warm day, but it will not be too blistering hot. Temperatures call for low 90s, so it should be perfect temperature for a kickoff at 7:30 here at Bonnie Field. Well, not the result that we wanted tonight, a 2-1 LA victory, but the season series still belongs to the Sacramento Republic, who go 2-1-1 on the year. I want to thank our production staff, the Tower Bridge Battalion, for hanging out with us before the match tonight. All those who do all the work behind the scenes here with the Sacramento Republic, all the fans who have come out tonight as well. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Have a great night. We'll see you right back here. 7:20, we'll kick off the pregame show and continue on for a 7:30 start. First-year club, first time they're in the playoffs. Should be an exciting evening next Saturday right here at Bonnie Field. Good night, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you then.